Good morning, everyone. It's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your bonus read for Saturday the 22nd. I talked about the full moon on the What's Cracking, but I actually think it's tonight. I'm pretty sure it's the 22nd, so don't forget to set your intentions, everyone. And put your crystals out, of course, if you have crystals. Good time to give them a bit of an energy boost. Last couple of times we've had a full moon, it's been so cloudy I haven't been able to see it. It's been very wet in Australia, really. We've had a lot of rain, well, where I am in Sydney at least. And we had terrific hailstorms the other day, and my friend and I were stuck out in a hailstorm, and the hail was probably as big as golf balls, without any word of a lie. They were hitting the car so hard, the car was shaking, and I was so worried the windscreen was going to come in. But there was nowhere for us to shelter, which was pretty freaky. She had some huge dents in her car afterwards too, but there's been, I think, 3 storms since then where the hail's been pretty bad, so it's very cold really for Australia. Oh, I shouldn't say that. It was like a sauna a couple of days last week because it had been raining so much, but today it's back being a bit chilly again, so very strange weather at the moment, people. Okay, let's get going on this one. Okay, so we have the High Priestess out. Now, the High Priestess is a card that talks about things being hidden, talks about your intuition, talks about keeping things to yourself, not expressing yourself, relying on your intuition, making sure that you're listening to your intuition, all of the above. Okay, so the first card we have out is the Seven of Wands. Now, the Seven of Wands is a card where we see a man defending himself. This is about sticking up for yourself, you know, standing up for your rights, you know, putting up against other people because they are maybe, you know, being a little bit defensive towards you. But this is about standing up for your rights and making sure that you're defending yourself. Okay, then we have the Justice card. Now, the Justice card, she's dressed in Christmas clothes. Look at her. She matches my nails, right? She is... I've lost track. Okay, I'm a little ADHD this morning. She is... the Justice card is a card of balance. It is about making things right, putting things right. She holds a sword in one hand and a set of scales in the other. And this is about truth and justice and balance. Not about Christmas attire. Okay, so then we have the Seven of Pentacles. Now, this little darling made an appearance in the What's Cracking reading. So we're definitely being asked to be a little patient at the moment. We're waiting for things to unfold. A lot of people are getting disheartened and a little sort of off-put because things aren't moving quick enough. This card has been reminding us for about the last week just to have a little bit more patience. You've planted the seeds. You've asked the universe for what you've wanted. It is providing, but it might take a little bit of time. Okay, and then we have a brand new start in the Ace of Pentacles. So what you want is coming. This is a brand new start in stability, security, financially, can be the offer of a new job, can be money coming in as well, but definitely a change in something. The Ace of Pentacles is beautiful because it's a change in your stability, but something that you've wanted here. Okay, and then we have the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords is very often a depiction of air signs, so it can be an Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but more likely it's someone in your life that is a little bit outspoken, a little bit maybe straight to the point, can be sometimes a bit controlling. I don't want to say manipulative because he doesn't feel manipulative here, but he's definitely a man who's really, he knows what he wants and he's going for it. This also can represent certain people in your life, like surgeons, doctors, sometimes lawyers, people who've got to use their voice for their work. Okay, and then we have the Page of Cups here. Now, the Page of Cups is an offer, generally something very small. There's no action here, so very often that's a message or some sort of communication coming through in regard to love. I always think of this card as the Pisces card because of the fish in the cup, which I say many, many times. So if you're waiting on a fish in a cup, it's on its way. Okay, and then we have the Page of Swords. So there's some message coming in here that involves truth and I was going to say a fish then, and I thought, no, you've done that joke way too many times. It's definitely about love and the truth. So somebody coming in here via message, text, some way or another, giving you a message of truth and love, and it brings in a tower. Now, we saw the tower a lot a couple of weeks ago and then it disappeared, and I feel that maybe the universe was ready to do something, but maybe either you or the other person wasn't quite ready, and now it's going to start appearing again. So there's definitely some change coming in here around love. It's something to do with balance in order to give you a new start, but I'll have a look at that. Yeah, it's coming in very quickly this time. So we've got the Chariot here. Okay, so what we had up front was use your intuition, High Priestess. This is about you tuning in on this. This is about you being really aware. This is something for some people that they've either met someone or they're fairly new in a relationship and they feel, to me, now this could be about work or business as well, so it will go any way with this. This isn't strictly love because there's not a lot of cups in the reading, so I always think it's not about love if you're not getting a lot of cups. Okay, for some of you here it is about relationship though, so it could be that the relationship hasn't got to a love stage yet, could be you're very early in a relationship, could be about work or business as well, so put it any way you want to. But the situation here, there's some sort of straightening out by the universe here. There's no balance in this, whatever it is, relationship, job, business, no balance. And there is a need for you here to create balance in this. So for some of you, this is an offer coming in. And it could be an offer that is moving the relationship to a much deeper stage. But you see, there are things about this that you're not really getting at the moment. So if you're fairly new in a relationship and there doesn't seem to be that equal give and take, or one person's putting in more energy than the other, what the universe is saying here is they want to make this equal for you. They want to give you equal ground here. And for some unknown reason, this tower is really important here. Now, there are obviously words that need to be spoken. So we are talking about communication here. And there is a chance for new stability and there is a chance for a brand new beginning, without any doubt. This is about being patient, but it's also about communicating. Not just communicating here, but there's some sort of epiphany moment coming in here for you. Because this is a breaking down of old structures, as I always say, breaking down the way you see things. But there's this feeling here that it's more than that. So for some of you, this is about how you see things in the world. It could be to do with something, for example, they're saying to me, like traditional relationships, like being too traditional or expecting a relationship or a thing to go a certain way. So it may be in your head, things always have to work a certain way. And the universe is saying here, not everything works the same way. You've got to be willing to be less defensive and put some work in here, which we've got here, in order for this to go in a way that's going to be long-standing. And the Chariot shows it is going to move forward. So you're going to get this. This tower moment is going to help you to understand what you need to do here. But what it's about is about A, communication, B, understanding the other person's perspective, not being defensive, being open-minded and being able to accept that not everything goes a certain way, that sometimes things have to work a little differently. So for you, this is about learning that maybe relationships, businesses, situations don't always go the way you've envisioned them. This is about you being more open-minded, using your intuition here, using your voice to get across what you want to say. And if that means sometimes that you have to put down your sword or you have to put down your defenses in order to accept this the way it's supposed to be, then you might find that you're moving forward a lot more quickly and a lot more stable than what you thought you were going to be. So it's a really, really nice reading and I can relate to it greatly. Here, 10 of Wands. So it is the end of a cycle here and you are able to put down your responsibilities and move forward. I like that because it says this is how you close out your next cycle. You close out your next cycle by using your intuition, using your voice, not being defensive about what the other person is saying or doing, understanding there is a need for balance and clarification, understanding there's a need to be patient to grow here. And if you do all these things, you're going to come out on top here. You're going to learn greatly from this situation, and you're going to be able to move forward with such a beautiful clarity. And that means that you can have a much better existence in your job, your work, your love, whatever it is. Your existence will be much better because you've done those things. It's a very, very nice reading for today. That's one I can take something away from. I'm not always good at talking. I'm really quite good. I've been in the past not so good at talking about things and expressing my emotions. And I'm not very good at patient. I haven't been in the past. I was never good at being patient. But I'm willing to accept the tower moment. I know people can relate to me, right? Every time I say this, someone comes back and goes, yep, get it. Okay, so we have the card creative out here. And it says draw, paint, think, and act in creative ways. So this is exactly what this reading's talking about. You know, not going in and sort of acting from just raw emotion or acting from what you've known before, or acting the way you've always acted. If you want this situation and you want it, really want it, whatever it is, just think about it differently. Be creative with it. Work differently with the universe because they're trying to offer you something amazing here. So just remember those things. And don't forget, don't be defensive. Listen to the other person. Don't get consumed by your emotions. Thanks, everyone. Have a great Saturday.